All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of my podcast. I might seem like I'm wearing the same stuff, but I filmed this a week later. And like by coincidence, I wore the same shirt as my older videos. So, I promise you, this is not all filmed in one day. Well, today's episode on my podcast, which is called the podcast no one asked for, because literally no one asked for it. It's called, yeah, I still haven't decided for a title. I'm just gonna rant, and by ranting, I will come up with a title. Let's. I really want to speak on something very big, and it's having your life figured by 20. I am right now 20 years old. I just turned 20 3 weeks ago. Thank you. If you wished me a happy belated birthday, I really appreciate it. And if you didn't, then I'm really disappointed in you. And if anything, I realized life is hard. Like, I really thought in like my whole teenage years, I thought like you just grow up, you just learn how to do taxes, you just learn how to manage life and stuff like that. But then I realized, shit, I don't know anything, a single word, nothing. It's like someone threw me on the street, on a unknown street I've never been to, and like, find your way home. Life is insane, especially in university. I'm now in university, and I'm majoring in computer science, and sometimes I catch myself, do I love my major? Have I chosen the right major? Because let's keep this between us. I am an artistic person. I love art. I love drama, I love theater, I love art, I love singing, I love guitars, I love piano, anything to do with art, literature, I love reading, I love writing. God, I love writing. Those are all qualities that define me. If someone asks me what defines you, I would say art. And sometimes I catch myself, maybe I chose the wrong major. But still, I'm going through it. At least I'm doing good. I'm getting good grades. But I know in the future there's a big possibility I fail. I'm doing something I'm not passionate about. My dream when I was a teenager was to be a singer, but I already gave up on the dream because my voice is not suitable to be a singer. Trust me, no. And later on, I chose my major. I went to university. I started studying computer science, and each day passes, and I'm like, what is my dream goal? And you should have built your life by 30. And I'm sitting there in my bed staring at the ceiling at like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, people really expect me to figure my life at 20 to 0 20? How? Just whoever created that rule, I really want them to answer me on how do you expect people to have their life figured by 20? And don't get me started with social media. Do not get me started. And it's just making bracelets. I have a new business open and it's making lip gloss. That's very good, but it makes me realize that I'm just sitting in my bed, like rotting away, and there's people my age just doing random business shit. It kills me. And I think if you relate to me, you know the feeling. So that's why I chose to decide to do this episode, just dedicated the whole episode on this. I just want to say it's okay to have your life not figured out and to not have a dream in mind. Sometimes we just don't have a dream until we're 23, and we will discover what dreams we have, what passion we have. Lately, I've discovered a new passion I have, which is going like being on being on a theater. I love being on stage. I love public speaking. I love speaking. I love acting. I really love I adore Broadway. I love Broadway. And so I realized I like Broadway shows. Maybe I can be in them. I can be the main. But my problem is the place where I live doesn't have Broadway, doesn't have theater, doesn't have those stuff. So I still haven't gave up on this dream. I still hope in the future I would do it, but till then, don't give up yet. You're just 20, and if you're older, like 30, it's okay. I promise you. Time, like our generation, our our time is going by so fast. Technology is going so fast. Everything's going so fast. Why do you think your grandparents had it let's say, easier for them? How did they have their life figured by 20? They didn't have progress. They didn't have technology. They didn't have smartphones. They didn't have businesses. They didn't have work. Like I'm like I don't think half of the population was working then by then. They all had their own family business. So what I'm saying is they had their life figured because their environment let them have their life figured. So what that means is, yeah, sure they married young. Yeah, sure they had children young. Yeah, sure they, I don't know, they started their business young. Sure. But you have to take into account on like what decade that was. Nowadays, it's impossible. You have to get a high school degree. You have to go to university, get a university degree. Bachelor degree is not like anything anymore. It's like just a piece of paper. Then you have to go get a master's degree. Then you have to go get a PhD. Then you have to have experiences. There's a lot of requirements you have to do, and it's impossible for you to do them while you're 20, while you're 23, even while you're 30. It's almost impossible. So whenever someone tells you next time, how don't you have your life figured by 20? Just slap them across the face and just run away, honestly. Like, I don't know, like, no, that was a very bad advice. Like, just ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. All I want to say is life isn't a race, and even if it was, I'd rather be the person taking detours, exploring weird side path, like doing side quit, like you know what I mean, like in the video games, and collecting random stories along with like even some potentially finding the love of my life, like along the way, than someone who sprinted and who finished the line and they hate where they ended up. So yeah, if you're lost, embrace it. Make it an adventure. Anyway, that's my rant for today, and I don't think I have anything in mind just to say. And if you vibed with this, let me know, comment, DM me even if you want to talk, and whatever. Let's start a support group. We really need it for all lost 20 somethings just trying their best. And if you have advice, drop it too. And drop it for people who need it in the comments. And alright, take care, don't stress too much, and remember, we're all just winging it. Peace.